It's been a while since I've been in the classroom. I've been enjoying my summer. I teach at Our Lady of the Lake University. I teach literature and creative writing. I'm also a writer, someone. I started to call myself someone who's just creative. I write, but I also paint, even though writing is at the core of my creative impulse. So one of the things that I want to talk about is, first of all of you said things that I was kind of connecting to how I go about with my creative life. You know, this idea of being persistent, of being patient. And for me, the creative act, whether it's painting or writing, it's a very spiritual thing too. Even though I do not, attend church or anything like that, everything I do when it comes to writing, to painting, everything I do that has to do with the creative act in solitude is a conversation with me and my God. So I think that's why I feel so, I feel so encouraged all the time to try new things, to not be afraid, to take risks, not just in my personal life, such as this, talking to all of you, but also in my creative life. And I've been writing forever, since when I was a teenager. I'm from the Rio Grande Valley. I was born in Texas. I lived in Mexico till I was 9. So Spanish is basically my first language. And then when I was 9, I came to live with my grandmother, my brother and I, to go to school. And I've always loved reading. I've always loved to be in my own head. And I knew I wanted to do something creative. I just didn't know what. So as a teenager, I started writing, and then I started painting. Then I realized that painting was very expensive. You know, the material's expensive, and as opposed to writing, which is, you get a 50-cent notebook from H-E-B or Walmart and a pen. And so my life as a writer, as a writer in my life, I never forgot how much I loved the painting and art and visual art and making things with my hands. One of the things that recently happened was that I I don't know, more than 35 years of writing, one of the recent things that happened is that one of my manuscripts won the Ambrogio Prize, which is given by the Academy of American Poets. Oh, wow. So, all that. And also this September, my most recent book, which took me 10 years to write, is coming out from Texas Review Press. So I never expected, thank you. So I never expected to have 2 books coming out at the same time. However, it took me 10 years to write and put it the way it is. And for the one that won the prize, 6 years. And that book, both books are hybrid books. They're poetry. Some of them have prose, and all of them, or both of them, have images. They have visual poetry, what I call frontextos, which is a term that I made up that is blending frontera and texto, kind of to honor the place that I come from. And so this summer, I started something new that I'm going to show you that has to do with writing and art. And I've always loved illuminated manuscripts. As a student at UNT, I remember doing research on illuminated manuscripts One of the classes I took was Old English, and so we had to translate, text from Old English to contemporary English, and I'm like, that's going to be easy, and it's not. If you're familiar with Old English, it's a language in itself. So I spent a lot of hours with manuscripts from the Middle Ages and beautiful manuscripts, and a lot of them were illuminated. So one of the things that I started doing this summer, after I did all the work for the presses for my 2 books, I started doing I started a new book. Or I started the book that I'm going to hopefully publish next. And I only do this by commission. And I bought some really cool handmade paper. And this book, at this point, the title is Breaking My Heart for You. And what I do is I handwrite the poems, new poems that haven't been published, because I find handwriting to be beautiful. It pleases me to see somebody's handwriting. And it's something that now, as you see, I have my notebook, I handwrite everything. I've been doing that for the last, 5, 6 years. And so, these are some examples. Each book has 20 poems. And I'm going to read, as I talk, I'm going to read one. Tell me more. Okay. So let me read a couple of poems and then I'll end my talk. When I was made of horses, when I was made of mares, when I was made of debt, all the horses and all the mares returned to the hollow of their fences. When I was made of dirt, when I was made of light, when I was made of feathers, no bird in me survived. I'll read one more. Distance. When I drive from one city to another, I think of all the things that could happen to cause my death. This time, I didn't fall asleep or had a tire blow out at high speed. This time, the road was quiet, so quiet that I thought I heard the tree branches breaking their hearts for me. So one of the things that is happening is that now I'm working, in terms of the text, I'm working with minimalism. The poem has to fit in this little space, and most of them, I don't write in the back because a lot of my collectors like to frame this stuff. So, this is it. Poetry.
Yes.
Thank you.